How well does the Simpure Y7P countertop RO actually filter water? Well, I put it to the test using a certified lab to find out. In this video, I'll break down everything you need to know before deciding if this countertop reverse osmosis system is worth your money. We'll go over my lab test results to see how effectively it removes contaminants, its filtration speed, design quality, ease of use, and what you'll be paying for ongoing maintenance. Simpure currently sells 8 different countertop reverse osmosis systems, and I chose the Y7P because it seems to be the most popular model based on requests from my viewers. At $370, it's more affordable than expensive systems like the Blue Vua RO Pot and Arkin U1, but pricier than some models from AquaTrue and Waterdrop. However, there's something important to note here, that this Simpure unit is extremely similar to the Waterdrop N1, another countertop RO system that I've tested, which currently costs $150 less. And I'll go into more detail about their similarities when I cover the system's features in just a second. But price isn't just about the upfront cost, it's also important to consider the ongoing cost of maintaining the system too. I calculated that replacing the filters for the Y7P costs just 10 cents per gallon, making it one of the most affordable countertop RO systems I've tested in terms of ongoing expenses. And just like all countertop RO units, there are additional small electricity and water usage costs to consider as well. So I've mentioned a few already, but what countertop RO system do you want to see me test next? Let me know in the comments and I'll add it to my list. Since the Simpure Y7P is a countertop reverse osmosis system, you get the benefits of one of the most comprehensive methods of water purification without the hassle of an under-sink install. Instead of connecting to your plumbing, it has a refillable water tank and uses an electric pump to push water through its filtration stages. Once purified, water is dispensed from an internal storage tank directly into your glass. The filters are accessible on the back when the unfiltered water tank is removed. On the front, the display screen provides useful indicators including filter replacement alerts, a water shortage warning, preset dispensing options for different glass sizes, and buttons for flushing and resetting the system. One thing to note, unlike other countertop RO systems, this model does not display a TDS reading. So if monitoring TDS levels in real time is important to you, then that's something to consider. Beyond its core reverse osmosis process, the Y7P also includes a built-in UV light for additional protection. While this is a nice precautionary feature, I do not recommend using this or any other reverse osmosis system with untreated water like river or lake water. I mentioned earlier that this model is extremely similar to the Waterdrop N1, and that applies both to its design and filters. The Waterdrop N1 has a first stage PP cotton and carbon block filter, along with the second stage RO membrane. The Simpure Y7P first stage is described as a PP membrane, though membrane is misspelled on their website, also combined with carbon block and the second stage RO membrane. Functionally, I suspect these filters are nearly identical, just repackaged in a different cartridge and rebranded for each company. In fact, something I've noticed throughout my testing, I believe that multiple countertop RO systems, including these two I just mentioned, as well as the Arkin U1 and Blue Vua RO Pot, use very similar filters, likely from the same manufacturer in China. Now, I've not dug deep and actually done the research to confirm that hypothesis, but I just wanted to mention that observation. So when it comes to countertop water treatment, the Simpure Y7P delivers both convenience and performance. It's really easy to set up thanks to its plug-and-play design with pre-installed filters. All I had to do was place it on the counter, plug it in, and fill the water tank to get going. No tools, no plumbing modifications, just quick and easy filtration. This makes it a great option for renters since many landlords won't allow for permanent plumbing alterations. Maintenance should be just as effortless with a screen display that alerts you when it's time to change the filters. Swapping them out is as easy as removing the old cartridge and clicking the new one in its place. Another major advantage of the Y7P is its efficiency during the purification process. It continuously circulates water through the filters until the inlet tank is nearly empty. This maximizes the volume of water which is purified while minimizing wastewater produced by the RO process. The system has a 4:1 pure to wastewater ratio, meaning that only 1 gallon of water is wasted for every 4 gallons purified. This is the exact opposite of conventional under sink RO systems, which waste up to 4 gallons just to purify 1. Compared to other countertop RO units I've tested, which range from 2:1 to 4:1, the Simpure Y7P ranks at the top for efficiency, and its modern, minimalist design should blend seamlessly into most kitchens. But beyond aesthetics, the system is also NSF certified for material safety under Standard 58, which provides reassurance that the system is built with high-quality, food-safe materials. Last but definitely not least, the Y7P performed well in our lab testing with its reverse osmosis technology greatly reducing or removing nearly all detectable contaminants. While the Simpure Y7P does have a lot of great features, I did notice more drawbacks with this unit than any of the other countertop reverse osmosis systems that I've tested so far. And one of my biggest complaints is that there's no built-in remineralization option. This means the purified water comes out slightly acidic, as our testing data showed. If you want to add minerals back, you'll need to do it yourself manually with trace mineral drops or similar, rather than getting remineralized water straight from the system. Another major issue is that the Y7P is not performance certified. While it does meet NSF Standard 58 for material safety, it's not certified for contaminant reduction performance, arguably the most important certification for an RO system. Simpure also makes some frankly misleading claims, stating that the unit is SGS tested and certified. But here's the problem. SGS is not a certification body. SGS provides third-party testing services, but not industry-recognized certification. Displaying third-party test results in this way could easily mislead folks into thinking that the system has been officially certified when it hasn't. Now, manufacturers aren't legally required to obtain performance certifications, so if you're looking for a system that is certified for contaminant reduction, then this one isn't it. In our testing, it took 7 minutes and 15 seconds to filter just 0.4 gallons of water, which is the volume of the internal tank. This small purified water tank volume also made the initial filter flushing process both time-consuming and frustrating. So check it out. Before using the system, Simpure recommends flushing it 3 to 5 times. We had to wait for the internal tank to be filled, then press a button to empty it, then wait for it to fill again, then empty it. This process took me 24 minutes to run the entire unfiltered tank's worth of water through the system to flush it. And since you have to do this 3 to 5 times, this means you'll spend roughly 2 hours babysitting the thing before you can even drink from it. The system's tanks are made from plastic, which might be a deal breaker if you're trying to limit plastic exposure in your drinking water. Beyond that, there were a few additional design features that I really wasn't a fan of. The unit beeps loudly for about 10 seconds whenever there's either a water shortage or when you remove the unfiltered water tank on the back to refill it, which quickly became annoying. Check it out. The cup holder under the dispenser spout feels cheap and flimsy and is easily knocked out of place, and the lid covering the unfiltered water tank constantly slips down and gets in the way when trying to reinstall the tank after refilling it. And finally, Simpure doesn't offer a trial period or a money-back guarantee. Every other countertop RO system I've tested has at least a 30-day return period, allowing customers to try it risk-free. But with Simpure, if you buy it and don't like it, you're stuck with it. While design flaws and missing features can be frustrating, contaminant reduction performance is of course the most important and heavily weighted factor I consider when testing water filters. And I always prefer to get data from real-world usage instead of simply relying on the manufacturer's claims. For this review, I used TapScore, a certified testing service by Simple Lab, to analyze before and after water samples from the Simpure Y7P. To ensure accurate and unbiased results, I followed the same testing method that I've used for every other countertop filter I've tested. I first collected a large water sample in a bucket and mixed it thoroughly to evenly distribute contaminants. I then took the unfiltered water samples directly from the bucket and then filled the Simpure system with the same water and collected the purified water samples directly from its dispenser. The samples were then shipped to TapScore's lab for analysis, and the results for both tests were made available in an interactive online report. I then analyzed the data using the most conservative benchmarks in the industry that prioritize human health. Our lab testing detected 8 contaminants in our water with potential health effects. The most concerning were fluoride at 1.2 ppm, exceeding the health guideline level of 0.8 ppm, and uranium at 0.0099 ppm, exceeding the HGL of 0. The remaining 6 contaminants, nitrate, sulfate, strontium, copper, barium, and molybdenum, were detected below their HGLs. Additionally, chlorine, which affects taste and odor, was present at 2 ppm. Post-filtration, the Simpure Y7P completely eliminated fluoride, uranium, barium, chlorine, copper, strontium, sulfate, and molybdenum. Nitrate was the only contaminant not completely removed, but it was still greatly reduced by 78%. As for the UV purification feature, I could not verify Simpure's claim that it eliminates 99% of viruses, germs, E. coli, and coliform bacteria, since our tap water was already disinfected with chlorine. And to reiterate, I would not advise using a reverse osmosis system like this as primary treatment for these microorganisms. Instead, I suspect the UV feature is actually intended to prevent bacteria growth in the internal purified water tank, since there's no way to open the unit to manually clean it. Because the system doesn't have a remineralization filter, it greatly reduced magnesium by 95%, calcium by 94%, and sodium by 73%. As a result, the pH of our water dropped from 7.1 to 6.3, making it slightly acidic, as I already mentioned. So, do I think that the Simpure Y7P countertop water filter is worth the investment? If you want a convenient, rental-friendly countertop RO system that requires zero installation, delivers excellent purification, and is cost-effective to maintain, then the Simpure Y7P is a solid choice. It's one of the most efficient RO units I've tested, wasting far less water than conventional systems. However, some of the setbacks of this system could be deal breakers for some folks, including its annoying design features and a time-consuming filter flushing process, no remineralization upgrade, and lack of performance certifications. If that's the case, then you might want to consider alternatives. The Water Drop N1 costs about $150 less at the time of recording, offers nearly identical performance, and avoids some of the Y7P's biggest annoyances. And the AquaTrue Carafe is extensively performance certified, uses a glass collection container, and achieved the best overall results in our testing. Now, if you like seeing water filters put to the test in real life like this, give this video a like and stick around to check out our test results of the AquaTrue Carafe. Click or tap to keep watching.